time for round 2, ding ding, of our special series on the Figures Toy Company line celebrating the 1966 Batman TV show starring Adam West and Burt Ward. For this round, we have a couple alter egos and a couple nasty villains. Pengy is next in our lineup. This is part of Series 2 by Figures Toy Company, celebrating the 1960s Batman TV show, and this is dated 2014. The Penguin character as played by the great Burgess Meredith on that TV show. What an actor. You know, he did some wonderful Twilight Zone episodes, some really memorable Twilight Zone episodes, and of course went on to the Rocky movies and all of that. He was just a great actor. Now, he was not the only one to play the Penguin in live action. Of course, Danny DeVito took on the role in the 1990s Batman big screen movie franchise. And then Robin Lord Taylor plays the Penguin these days on the TV show Gotham, which I highly recommend because of his performance. He really is rather breathtaking in his mannerisms and his delivery of his lines. He's all I can look at in every scene that he's in, really a standout part of that cast. But when Burgess Meredith played the Penguin on Batman, he really added a lot of mannerisms of his own to that role that we characterize as the Penguin nowadays, like the wah, 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 and all the thing, the little cigarette holder or whatever it was that's hanging out of his mouth, even on this figure that we'll get a look at. He really characterized what we thought of the Penguin as our point of reference. And there was even, I did not know this until I got online and researched it a little bit, there was even a crossover episode with the Monkees TV show of that same time period. There was an episode called Monkeys Blow Their Minds where Burgess Meredith was on there playing the Penguin, as crazy as that is. So yeah, and he was the second villain to appear on Batman, and that was in episode 3. They did a two-parter first with the Riddler, and then they brought the Penguin in for a couple episodes, and that was episode 3. And that was my text, by the way. So funny. It's live TV. All right, so the Penguin character was created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger and first appeared in Detective Comics number 58 in December 1941. Let's take a look at this guy. First, we're going to take off the plastic like we had on the other figures most recently. And let's slip him out of there. I'm going to leave the card in and just take his base out of there. Take a look at this dastardly character, this evil villain. You know, when I think of the Batman villains, the big four to me, and I think this is because of the big screen movie that they did for this TV show while it was airing. I think they filmed the movie in 1966. And it came to the theaters that year. And the four villains in it were Joker, Catwoman, Riddler, and Penguin. And so I think of those villains as the big four. I think because of that, I think of Penguin as a pretty big villain that's appeared in basically any incarnation of Batman on TV or in movies that I can think of, you know, so far, except for maybe the Christian Bale movies. All right, let's take the twisty ties off so we can get a close look at him. Got those around the feet. And what interesting shoes those are. Oh my gosh, spectator shoes of some kind with the buttons and everything. Perfectly coordinating with his Penguin outfit, his tuxedo type outfit. Okay, we'll take the twisty tie off of here. Where is that twisted around? There we go. Enough of that. Okay, we'll put that over here. He's got his lavender top hat, which is keeping with the screenshots that we see on the packaging of this guy on the front. We see Mr. Meredith in action there with his lavender top hat and lavender bow tie to match. Ooh, let's take that twisty tie off. He's got a monocle on. That's so cute. Look at that. And then this guy, this cigarette holder,
I guess comes out like that, and then you can put it back into his really grisly looking teeth here. Let's see if I can stick that back. Oh yeah, there actually is like a tiny bit of a hole that the cigarette holder fits into there. So his hat comes right off. He's got a slicked back, molded, dark hair, full articulation on the head, the swivel head, and then bow tie, and that is on a piece of elastic here. And he's got a vest. He is a little bit roly-poly, but not all that filled out. I don't know if Burgess Meredith was really that padded out in the role. I remember in the Twilight Zone episodes, he seemed like such a small-statured man and just seemed so much smaller. And of course, I think he was short in stature, but I think they might have filled him out a little bit for his penguin outfit. You have the Velcro enclosure. Oh, and he's got suspenders. That's adorable. And then Velcro on his white undershirt as well. We won't take that off too much. I have to put it all back together. Now, the fabric for his slacks and his jacket and his vest is very satiny, soft. Yeah, I like it. And it looks a little shiny, doesn't it? Look at the tails in the back. Woohoo! And he's got a button on each side of the seam here. Nice detail. And of course, the lapel. Yeah, nicely detailed lapel as well. And then even a couple little buttons on each side of the vest. So nice. These are all separate pieces. Shirt, vest, jacket, pants. Very nice. In the back, we've got a Velcro enclosure with his pants. Yeah, okay. Nice little dapper outfit. And the shoes, the articulation in his legs is almost like he's like out of joint on one of these legs. Almost seems like one is longer than the other. It's got kind of a weird fit, like he got knocked out of joint or something. I don't know, but yeah, big shoes that slip right off. Very loose there. And it's so funny because they almost look like they got like these big chunky heels to them, because the black ink or the black coloring here on the rubber goes up and above the heels. So yeah. Yeah, he's got something weird going on with this articulation, his legs where they connect to his hips. But anyways, nice detail on that penguin. Yeah, and he almost stands, although he's leaning. He does a lot of leaning. There we can make him stand. Now, meanwhile, I wanted to draw a comparison with this episode 2 because I dug out something that I got about 15 years ago, I would estimate. This was a figure that was by Hasbro back in the day, and it was part of a set. There was also a Batman and a Joker that I have downstairs too. But I figured, you know, let's look at this in contrast. This is more of a, I guess, a comic book interpretation of the Penguin than it is any kind of TV show. Wow, he's got white. I won't go into too much detail, but he's really tubby. I want to draw that comparison too. He's really tubby and no shirt, but just a plastic thing. And he's quite a bit bigger. The reason I got these figures back like I said, about 15 years ago. I liked the set because they reminded me of Migos. They're a little bit bigger, though. They're more like, I don't know, 9 or almost 10 inches high. You could see that he's quite a bit bigger than this new penguin that Figures Toy Company has created, and a lot more portly. And his hat is frozen on. So just a quick comparison with something that came out a while ago. All right, Pengy. You're off to cause trouble in Gotham City, and maybe you'll have a little help from next week's guest, Egghead. Oh, and I almost forgot. Look what this older penguin came with. A umbrella. It's like a kind of rubbery, hollow plastic umbrella. And then 2 penguins. Solid plastic. Nice accessories. Kind of a mini review on that other penguin.